Hi, if you've forgotten, welcome back to my channel. I am so incredibly excited to reveal the latest spoilers for Wednesday, May 27th. We have Wyatt's massive return, Shauna crashing the party, Hope officially making her choice, and RJ throwing a huge tantrum to get Will fired. Let's dive right into this crazy drama. So let's just get right into the absolute madness that is going down at Logan Designs right now. Because honestly, I am still trying to process it all. Hope Logan has actually done it. She agreed. She signed a contract. I mean, we have been watching this back and forth for what feels like an eternity, right? We saw Katie pushing the contract across the desk. We saw Bill and Liam practically breathing down her neck telling her to sign it. And we saw poor Donna absolutely losing her mind in the corner, frantically warning Hope that this is going to obliterate the Logan family and destroy her relationship with Brooke forever. But Hope signed it anyway. And honestly, good for her. I know some of you guys on social media are screaming that Hope is betraying her mother. But let's be real here. What exactly was Hope supposed to do? Steffy has been treating her like absolute garbage for months. Just a few episodes ago, Steffy literally looked Hope in the eye and reiterated that Hope for the future has zero production start date. Zero. She told Hope to just sit there and be patient while Forrester focuses on Couture and Eric's return. Like, how insulting is that? Hope is a grown woman with a massively successful line, and Steffy is treating her like a pesky intern who needs to wait her turn. So yeah, Hope finally snapped. She reached her breaking point. She realized that as long as Steffy is sitting in that co-CEO chair, she is never going to get the respect she deserves at Forrester Creations. And Brooke? Brooke is completely oblivious, just echoing Steffy's talking points and living in this delusional fantasy where she thinks Ridge is going to make her co-CEO. Newsflash, Brooke, Ridge already chose his daughter. So Hope made the only logical choice she could make. She chose herself. She chose Logan. And Bill Spencer is literally in his element right now. He is thriving. You guys know how Bill gets when he smells blood in the water, right? And right now, Forrester Creations is bleeding. They are vulnerable. Bill doesn't just want Katie's fashion line to do well. No, no, no. That is not enough for Dollar Bill. He wants total world domination in the Los Angeles fashion scene. He wants to build an absolute empire. Now that Hope is officially on board, Bill is moving to the next phase of his master plan. He is putting the pieces together to conquer the fashion world and completely crush Forrester Creations. And maybe I'm being too harsh on the Forresters, but they really brought this on themselves. They pushed Katie out of her PR duties without even consulting her. They sidelined Hope. They took Eric's designs for granted until Katie actually gave Eric a purpose again. So Bill is just capitalizing on their massive mistakes. But wait, it gets crazier. Because Bill knows he can't build this empire alone. He needs his trusted soldiers. He needs his family. So who does he summon? Wyatt Spencer. Yes, you guys, Wyatt is finally back. After a 2-year absence, Darren Brooks is back on our screens, and I am literally screaming. The weekly promo shows Wyatt standing right there in the Logan office, talking to Bill and Liam. Just imagine the shock on Liam's face. Liam is probably standing there with his mouth hanging open, doing that classic Liam confused blink because he had no idea Bill was bringing Wyatt back to town. But it makes perfect sense. Bill needs his sons by his side to run this expanding empire. Wyatt is smart. He is ruthless when he needs to be, and he has that Spencer charm that can close any deal. I just wonder what Wyatt has been up to for the last 2 years. The last time we saw him, he was engaged to Flo. Did they get married? Did they break up? Are they still together? The writers have given us absolutely nothing on that front, so I'm dying to know his relationship status. Plus, there have been all those wild rumors on social media about Quinn Fuller coming back. Elektra name-dropped Quinn recently, and we know there's an opening for a jewelry designer at Forrester now that Ivy is reportedly leaving. So does Wyatt's return mean Quinn is far behind? Maybe Wyatt is back because Quinn is in trouble, or maybe Quinn is going to come work for Logan too. Could you imagine Quinn and Katie working together? Total chaos. But I'm here for it. So the Spencer men are having this beautiful, nostalgic reunion in the Logan office. They're probably popping champagne, celebrating Hope signing the contract, celebrating Wyatt being back, just patting each other on the back like they own the world. And then the door bursts open. And who walks in? Shauna Fulton. I'm not making this up. Shauna Fulton just boldly struts right through the door of the Logan office like she owns the place. Wyatt turns around and just stares at her. Liam's jaw practically hits the floor. And Bill? Bill looks like he wants to explode. He literally demands to know, what the hell are you doing here? And honestly, that is the question of the century. What is Shauna doing in Los Angeles? What is she doing at Logan Designs? Let's break this down, because my brain is going a million miles an hour right now. Shauna is Flo's mother. So if Wyatt and Flo broke up, maybe Shauna followed Wyatt to LA to try and convince him to give her daughter another chance. Shauna has always been a meddler when it comes to Flo's life. But there is another angle here. Shauna is pitching herself for a job at Logan. She thinks she deserves a piece of the pie. Maybe she wants to be a brand ambassador, or maybe she wants to work in PR. But whatever her professional reasons are, we all know Shauna always has a personal agenda. Could Shauna be planning to re-enter Ridge's orbit? Oh my gosh, just think about it. Remember the whole Vegas marriage debacle? Remember how obsessed Shauna was with Ridge, and how much Brooke absolutely despised her? Brooke and Shauna's rivalry was legendary. If Shauna starts sniffing around Ridge again, Brooke is going to lose her mind. She is already stressed out about Katie using Eric's designs. She is stressed about Steffy keeping the co-CEO job. And now she might have to deal with Shauna Fulton trying to steal her husband again. It might actually kill Brooke. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. Brooke's head is going to spin right off her shoulders. And there's an even bigger danger here. What if Shauna finds out Hope's secret? Right now, Hope signing with Logan is a massive secret. Brooke doesn't know. Ridge doesn't know. Steffy doesn't know. If Shauna overhears this, or if she figures it out, she has the ultimate leverage. She could run straight to Ridge and spill the beans, using it as an excuse to get close to him again. Oh, Ridge, I just had to tell you, your stepdaughter is betraying your company. Shauna would absolutely do something like that. She is mischievous, she is opportunistic, and she loves stirring the pot. The writers are setting up an absolute powder keg here, and Shauna is holding the match. Meanwhile, across town at Forrester Creations, the vibe is completely different. While the Logans and Spencers are celebrating their new empire, the Forresters are drowning in petty, messy drama. And it is all centered around RJ Forrester. I have to be honest with you guys, I am really struggling to like RJ right now. He is acting like such an entitled brat. He is currently in Ridge and Steffi's office, literally crying and whining about being attacked by Will Spencer. He is begging them, pleading with them, to fire Will immediately. Let's rewind for a second and look at the context, because RJ is completely twisting the narrative. Yes, Will and RJ got into a physical brawl. They were shoving each other, and Will landed a pretty nasty hit. But who started it? RJ did. RJ went out of his way to provoke Will. He mocked Will's family. He called Will a sleazy, greedy Spencer. He pushed every single button Will has. And Will, who is already stressed out about his breakup with Elektra and the whole Dylan situation, finally snapped and fired back that RJ isn't even a real Forrester. Which, by the way, was a low blow, but RJ totally had it coming. You can't just bully someone and then play the victim when they push back. But that is exactly what RJ is doing. He is using his status as the anointed one, the golden child of Ridge and Brooke, to get his rival fired. And Ridge and Steffy are sitting there, forced to make this incredibly difficult decision. On one hand, the physical altercation happened outside of the main company grounds, or at least it escalated from a personal dispute that has nothing to do with work. On the other hand, RJ is Ridge's son, and Steffy is RJ's sister. They have a zero-tolerance policy for violence, supposedly. But let's be real, this is Forrester Creations. People have literally been pushed out of windows and kept their jobs. So firing Will over a shoving match seems extreme. But Steffy is already so stressed out. She is dealing with Hope's demands, she is dealing with the Logan fashion show fallout, and now she has her little brother whining in her ear. Will they actually fire Will? If they do, it is going to cause a massive war with Katie and Bill. Will is Katie's son. Bill will absolutely destroy Forrester if they fire his son over a petty fight that RJ started. Ridge has to know this. Ridge has to know that firing Will is just going to pour gasoline on the Forrester versus Logan war. But Ridge has a massive blind spot when it comes to RJ. He might actually do it. And what does this mean for Elektra? This puts Elektra in such an awkward, horrible position. RJ is doing all of this because he is obsessed with Elektra. He wants Will out of the picture so he can have Elektra all to himself. And honestly, it is starting to give me major creepy vibes. A lot of fans on social media are pointing this out too. RJ is not going to give up until he gets the girl he wants. He is becoming relentless. He is manipulating situations. He is using his family power, and he's trying to isolate Elektra from Will. Does this remind you of anyone? Because it is screaming Thomas Forrester to me. RJ is acting exactly like Thomas used to act when he was obsessed with Hope. Remember the mannequin? Remember the manipulation? Remember how Thomas would do absolutely anything, cross any line, to get Hope away from Liam? RJ is doing the exact same thing with Elektra and Will. He is the new Thomas Forrester. And I don't know if the writers are doing this on purpose, to show that the Forrester men all have this dark, obsessive trait, or if they just don't know what else to do with RJ's character. But it is getting dark. Elektra is already so vulnerable after Ivy's betrayal and the whole Remy Price stalker situation. She doesn't need a guy who is going to obsess over her and try to ruin her ex-boyfriend's life. She needs stability. And right now, neither Will nor RJ are offering that. So Wednesday's episode is just going to be packed with tension. We have Hope crossing the point of no return by signing with Logan. We have Bill and Wyatt plotting to take over the world. We have Shauna Fulton throwing a massive wrench into everyone's plans. And we have RJ trying to destroy Will's career out of pure jealousy. I'm so exhausted just thinking about it, but I also can't wait to watch. The lines are being drawn, you guys. It is officially the Forresters versus the Logans and the Spencers. And with Hope secretly switching sides, the fallout is going to be nuclear. I just know Brooke is going to have a complete meltdown by Friday. I can already picture the tears and the dramatic gasps. The plot this week is so dramatic. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, I'm Emma Bennett, and I wish